What's up guys, Smith here. Welcome at the part of the video where I will recap the trade you've just watched. As you saw, we took a stop loss unfortunately, but our bias was right, if you could say that. The only thing that was right was we knew there was gonna be liquidity needed for a next move, but we didn't act correctly on that move. So I'm gonna explain to you which mistakes I made so you never have to make those mistakes. Let's go. First of all, let's start at the higher time frame. The first thing I messed up is always at the beginning of my day I would check the higher time frames. Today, for whatever reason it is, I didn't. So the first thing I missed was a daily fair value gap. Wasn't confirmed we're gonna do anything with it, but it's a thing you have to keep in your mind when you're trading. Then on the 4 hour, yes, we inversed the gap. Yes, we touched back in a POI where you could search for longs. But what did we reject? We also rejected this whole part over here. Maybe we can fine tune it. Nah, it's really this part and it's this order block over here. So we also rejected something. So it's not all rainbow and sunshine for us, but I didn't see it, so that's mistake number one. Let's get back to the lower time frame because mistakes were made here as well. I was looking for longs. As you saw, I took a long entry over here, but when we take a long and we're trending down because we made a massive move down, a low, a lower high, lower low, then you made this lower high. But everything between this low and this high is internal structure. So we can do everything from here. We can make a new high, a new higher low, a new higher high. But we can also make a lower high followed with a lower low. So everything that happens here isn't confirmed until we break one of these highs or lows, which can be fine, but when you take an internal trade like this, you have to keep highs like these and these in your mind, because that are the internal liquidity points from these moves. Then let's get to our entry. Why I took this entry over here was because we made internally a new high, a low, a lower high, a higher low, a lower high, followed with a lower low, which took out all our internal liquidity except for this point, but which was fine because we could hold over here. Then we made a new high. It's not the most beautiful structure, I must say that, but it was valid. Then we again internally hunted the liquidity, rejected from my order block, came up aggressively, made a gap, and I took a entry at this gap, predicting a new higher high, which can be fine because, as I said before, we can still make a higher low and then a higher high. But it's only internal, so you have to watch out and plan your take profits correctly, which I didn't. As you saw, I took an entry at the top of this fair value gap, stop loss over here, and my first take profit was at this structure high. Why is this a mistake? Well, as you can see, obviously price dumped after taking this high, which comes in confluence with the structure I explained to you. We can do whatever we want. All the things that are happening over here is internal. If we leave open this high and hunt this high, you can move downwards. You can still make a lower low. So this is obviously a point where you take profit. I didn't calculate my profits good enough to take the conclusion I have to take a profit over here. I only had 3 contracts. That's also a thing for me. Normally I have around 10 contracts. It was the biggest stop loss I've ever had in my life. But the RR is nice. I could have just took 2 contracts out here. I would have been out of my position for 80%. I would have took more than one risk to reward as a profit, which is fine as a first day profit. If this would have went higher, I could just have run my last TP to at least 2 risk to reward, so it was a pretty successful trade. So I acted bad on that one. I should have calculated my profits before I entered the trade. After all, it was a fine risk to reward, but I just put my profit too high on a place where you can never take profit if you don't know what's going to happen in your structures. So, a lot of mistakes, small mistakes, but important mistakes. I've learned my lesson. After all, it was a fine trade. Entry was good. Price movement was good. The expectations for price to take out liquidity was good. But the next time we have to take profit. So, thanks for watching. Like the video, comment what you want to see next, and follow me on the rest of my journey to becoming funded.